So one of my viewers on one of the shorts I made a comment after I claimed that Trump lies. So he said, "Let's start with one lie." He said, "Give me one lie." So I'm making this video just for him. We can go over lies. So I searched up. We can check my history. Literally Trump recent interview. And I came to Forbes, who just post clips of interviews, and this is 2 minutes and 32 seconds. There were three lies that I found in this, and I have the fact check here, so let's go over it.
Tremendous things to report. Tomorrow I'm speaking with President Putin of Russia to save some soldiers who are in deep trouble. They're captured. Essentially, they're surrounded by Russian soldiers. So I give it you a lot of different.
Okay, there was number one.
They're surrounded by Russian soldiers.
Surrounded by Russian soldiers. That's what Putin is telling Donald Trump. So here's Donald Trump lying and spreading misinformation that comes directly from the Kremlin. So let's see if this is true or not. U.S. President Donald Trump claimed on Friday that thousands of Ukrainian troops are surrounded by the Russian military in the Kursk region, and said that he's asked Russian President Vladimir Putin to spare them. So classic from the Donald Trump playbook: create a problem, a fake problem, so he can solve it. Ukrainian command has sent reinforcements to secure the retreat to new positions. A process has been on the way for several days, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the view from the White House after Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff met Putin on Thursday night. So this is what Trump said on Truth Social too. At this very moment, thousands of Ukrainian troops are completely surrounded by the Russian military and in a very bad and vulnerable position. Trump parroting earlier comments by Putin, who made a similar claim during a Thursday press conference. Ooh, we even get to see the Putin press conference here. Putin said the Ukrainian soldiers who invaded Russia's Kursk region have completely abandoned their equipment, as there will be a physical blockade of the region. They either die or surrender to leave the region. Trump followed the narrative. I have strongly requested to President Putin that their lives be spared. This would be a horrible massacre and not seen since World War II. God bless them all. Ukraine is denying these allegations. Reports of alleged encirclement of Ukrainian units in the Kursk region by the enemy are untrue and are being created by Russians for political purposes and pressure on Ukraine and partners. This comes from Ukrainian army general. So that guy seems like a really good primary source to understand the situation. The situation has not changed significantly over the past day. Combat operations in the operational zone of the Kursk group of forces continue. Units of the defense forces of Ukraine have regrouped, withdrawn to more advantageous defense lines, and are carrying out the task assigned to them on the territory of the Kursk region. There is no threat of encirclement of our units. Three soldiers fighting in the Kursk area also said that Trump's claim is so far untrue, but the situation of Ukrainian forces is not easy. The Russians have still not been able to take our forces into full operational and strategic encirclement. Artem Karyakin, I totally butchered that, a soldier stationed in the region, told Politico. They make demands for this, but we resist. Most of the forces managed to be withdrawn under the threat of the situation so that this would not be allowed. The big problem is the large concentration of all types of Russian drones over the zone, due to which the logistics are still affected, but we continue to leave the zone and enter it for work every day. Another officer who has to remain anonymous said in a brief message, Mr. Trump is spreading so much false information that we will not comment on him. They're like, this guy is such a joke. We don't even want to talk about him. Okay. So primary sources from army generals and troops stationed in the Kursk region have denied Trump's claims. And this is apparently citing, Putin's interview. Let's see. Let's see. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like they address that directly. They talk about other things here. Anyways, that's one of his lies. Let's source this.
So I give you a lot of different things in one news conference, but it's a big deal. They're surrounded by Russian soldiers, and I believe if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be here any longer. I was able to get them not to do it.
Blah blah blah, just spreading what Putin says.
It's a bad situation in Russia, and it's a bad situation in Ukraine. What's happening in Ukraine is not good, but we're going to see if we can work a peace agreement, a ceasefire and peace, and I think we'll be able to do it. I'm speaking to President Putin tomorrow morning. Yes. Yeah. No, not at all. No, really the opposite. I think it was appreciated, and we have to understand, and you have to understand, that if I see somebody doing something bad, that's going to cause a lot of death. The only reason I'm involved, and this is Russia and Ukraine, but a lot of people, it's humanity. I'm involved for humanity. A lot of people are being killed over there, and we had to get Ukraine to do the right thing. It was not an easy situation. You got to see a little glimpse at the Oval Office, but I think they're doing the right thing right now, and we're trying to get a peace agreement done. We want to get a ceasefire and then a peace agreement. Who you with? So we're going to see how it all works out. This was Joe Biden's deal. This isn't Trump's deal. This is Joe Biden's deal.
This is Joe Biden's deal. This isn't the lie, but I do want to stop and comment on that. This is Joe Biden's deal. Like, okay, like you keep saying that like Joe Biden is weak or whatever, which is the dumbest thing ever. Because if you were so strong, Donald Trump, you would have stopped the war already. And also you would have, been a little meaner to Putin when he was annexing Crimea, but you did nothing.
He gave $350 billion to Ukraine. Biden. This was Joe Biden's deal. This isn't Trump's deal. This is Joe Biden's deal. He gave $350 billion to Ukraine.
Trump all the time says we gave $350 billion to Ukraine. This is the second lie. This has been proven false. The number of funds that we have given to Ukraine is closer to 120 billion, with it was about 50 to 60 additional billion pending to Ukraine.
And he shouldn't have done it. It wasn't secured. Europe gave $100 billion, and it was in the form of a loan. They get their money back.
That's not true either. Actually, so there's a couple different ones. One I didn't pick up on earlier. The EU has donated about 150 billion to Ukraine, so more than the U.S. has. And they did not do it in a loan. They did it in a grant. This has been disputed by leaders of the EU. So I'm not going to fact check every single one of these because I already fact checked one. They have said these interviews. They're very easy to look up. So just in 2 minutes and 17 seconds, I forget, it was 3 or 4 lies.
And they should actually have much more in it than us. But Joe Biden was grossly incompetent, and it's a shame what they did. $350 billion. We could have rebuilt our entire Navy for that kind of money.
Okay, so there you have it. Some lies. This is what you wanted. I created it. I'm posting it just for you.